Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for The Media Zone with your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And the chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pairs game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the Media Zone. Ed and Dave here. Ed and Dave with you, entering the dog days of August.
Oh. Is it Dog Days of August or Dog Days of Summer?
Dog days of summer,
Okay.
I think. And boy, that's a horrible July for my tastes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Too hot and rainy?
It was mainly hot. June we had the rain and it cold beginning. But when it's 90 degrees and with the humidity, you can't even go outside. It might as
90.
well be.
90s would be a cool day. It was 95, 96, 98.
Right. Well, it was 80 in my office the one day when the air conditioner went down. That's when I head for Z Hills.
Head for what?
Head for Z Hills.
Head for the hills.
I lasted an hour in there. It was 78 when I got there. And that's usually when I leave. So I gave him a good hour. A good hour I gave him. I can't work in that 80-degree temperatures. It's ungodly. Terrible.
You should be lucky you have a job.
Yeah. To have a job in a place where I can breathe, I would like. but that's impossible.
It's not in your job description.
No. Tonight, Planes and Elysium. I don't know if this is the week we dropped The Butler, because The Butler was under title problems. Somebody was suing them. Some other studio was suing them because they did a film in 1915 with the title The Butler.
1915?
1915.
So like 100 years ago?
I thought you could have the same title in films, and just different years. But I guess if that's the same studio.
Well, there's
maybe.
two movies named Them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the problem was, but the clip was pulled, and I didn't want any part of it.
Oh.
I don't want any studios coming and taking our show down because we have a clip with the wrong title on it. So The Butler has been dropped.
Oh. Is it also going to be dropped from theaters until this situation has been rectified?
I think they just have to change the title. I think they wanted to put the director's name into the title, but that wasn't satisfying the studios.
Who's the director?
Nobody with a name even.
No, it's not like Alan Smithy's Butler.
No. So The Butler, some problems going on.
Oh, well.
Should we jump right in? We have a lot to do.
Yeah, let's get into the films of this week.
Planes is the first one. Starring Dane Cook, Stacy Keach, Brad Garrett, Terry Hatcher, Cedric the Entertainer, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, John Cleese, Sinbad, and Brent Musburger.
Oh, Brent Musburger. Fine actor.
Dusty is a plane with dreams of competing as a high-flying air racer. But Dusty's not exactly built for racing, and he happens to be afraid of heights. So he turns to a seasoned naval aviator who helps Dusty qualify to take on the defending champ of the race circuit. Dusty's courage is put to the ultimate test as he aims to reach heights he never dreamed possible, giving a spellbound world the inspiration to soar. Rated PG for some mild action and rude humor from the planes.
Oh, no.
Now, this sounds sort of like the plot of that Turbo, which was out a few weeks ago.
Oh, the snail?
The little snail was competing in the race.
Right.
Now it's a plane who doesn't like to fly. In one of the few Pixar films that turned me off, Dave, was Cars.
And why is that?
It's I like cute little animated animals and things, but planes and cars don't do it for me for some reason. I guess kids like cars and trucks and things.
They do. I have a nephew who loved cars. Mm-hmm. What was the name of the lead one? Speedy something? I don't know.
I don't remember the car's name.
I think it was a red car. Speed.
It was
I don't know, but he
Paul
loved it.
Newman's name or something.
But he loved something McQueen.
Yeah, McQueen. Steve McQueen, not Paul Newman. I knew it was one of those old stars.
I think Paul Newman was in it.
He was, yeah.
But something was the name of the car was like something McQueen or
McQueen, and then the.
But he loved the film, so it's geared for those no pun intended for those that age group.
But Cars 2 kind of tanked for Pixar. One of the few kind of bombs. So
And this looks almost exactly like it. You know what I mean? The visuals are the same.
What other appliances can we use in the next Disney?
Brave Little Toaster
Hardware Wars.
was Brave Little Toaster a Disney film?
I think it was eventually.
What
They
a great
bought it.
film that was. That was a great film. Did you ever see it?
No,
Oh my
I
God, my
remember.
kids loved that years ago. I loved the Brave Little Toaster. What a fine, fun film.
I think
Brave Little
Tim
Toaster.
Burton.
Check it out.
Tim Burton might have been involved with that.
Really?
We'll have to look into that. Brave Little Toaster. Write that down.
Write it down. Someone write it down. Brave Little Toaster.
All right.
Let's move on to Elysium.
Ooh.
Ooh, from TriStar Pictures. Parentheses, Sony. Starring Matt Damon and Jodie Foster. In the year 2154, two classes of people exist. The very wealthy, who live in the pristine, man-made space station called Elysium, and the rest, who live on an overpopulated, ruined planet. Wow, how about that, Ed? In 2154, there's two classes of people, the rich and the poor.
Oh.
What does that sound like?
Kinda like
It sounds
now.
like 2013. The people of Earth are desperate to escape the crime and poverty that is now rampant throughout the land. Sounds like 2013. The only man with a chance to bring equality to these worlds is Max, an ordinary guy in desperate need to get to Elysium. With his life hanging in the balance, he reluctantly takes on a dangerous mission, one that pits him against Elysium's Secretary Delacourt and her hardline forces. But if he succeeds, he could save not only his own life, but millions of people on Earth as well. I assume this film is rated R. I do not know.
Could
Or
be
it
a hard,
could be a PG-13.
could be a hard PG-13.
Oh, do they have those?
They do. Yeah.
Things haven't changed.
This wasn't even my fault.
You still see
The only thing we don't have robots in 2013.
Live a normal life.
Sort of.
We have those that, we have robots that vacuum your room.
Zumba.
Roomba.
Roomba.
Zumba's the exercise.
Right. Darcy Loudis is big on Zumba.
Who?
Darcy Loudis. Right.
That name is vaguely familiar to me.
And she looks just like she did in 1980 when we graduated. Must be the Zumba classes she teaches.
Yeah, Zumba's for your body, though, not for your face. So if you look the same, that's saying something.
It is.
You know, we're talking 32 years later.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I'll have to post one of her postings on your wall, Dave.
On my wall.
And you can see Darcy
Okay.
and her Zumbas.
All right. Oh, wait a minute now.
No, I don't think you see that. But
We need to get her up there.
Is this a 10-minute
I
trailer,
was
by the
going
way?
to say, I think we're closing in on the 3-minute mark. Now, this one, I like science fiction and Jodie Foster and Matt Damon, sort of, but nothing is appealing to me in this one. How about you, who's not a fan of science
I
fiction?
am, it's not. Very rarely other films that capture Ed my interest so quickly. I did want to go see Pacific Rim, but then went against my. After I've given it some thought, I realized, I really didn't want to see that.
Nobody else did either,
No,
apparently.
it's got very good reviews though.
Did?
It did.
Because it bombed, sort of.
Well, I know the Lone Ranger bombed big time.
Oh!
What a tank that was.
In the third week, it was at one screen and one showing in
Yes.
most places.
Yep.
Oh, it's a shame. How could you screw that up? I guess nobody's interested, or
I wonder which one was better, this one or the Clinton Spilsbury one.
I'm thinking the Clinton Spilsbury one, which at least had a good score, I believe. I think it was posted on YouTube. I don't know if it wasn't John Williams, but it was another good composer. But his
wow.
voice was dubbed.
Yes.
But also, I'm just reading a James Bond book, and apparently a lot of the villains and the girls' voices were dubs too. I didn't know
Really?
Gert Frobe, who played Goldfinger's voice, was dubbed. It's a damn good job for 1964. I didn't even know that. And a couple of the girls, I knew Ursula Andress. They dubbed her voice.
I would actually have to see that film that she was in to ascertain whether I could tell whether it was dubbed or not.
If you should happen upon Goldfinger, Dave,
Okay.
Usually on the Spike Channel every once in a while, it's a marathon. See if you can tell if Gert Frobe looks like his voice was dubbed.
Okay. What's a Gert Frobe?
Goldfinger.
Oh,
You know what Goldfinger sort of looks like.
no.
Which James Bond film have you seen, Dave?
Octopussy.
You did. You saw that one
I saw Octopussy.
in the theater.
I may have seen Moonraker. Wasn't that the one with Lois Child and
Yes.
her linguini boobies?
Right. Not in that film.
Not in that
but
film, but that's what she has.
Creepshow 2, which is
Right.
coming out on Blu-ray, and I will buy to see them in high definition.
I think those are the only ones I've ever seen.
Huh.
No, I may have seen bits and pieces of Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die you must have seen with the Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
So you can consider yourself not a big James Bond fan, Dave.
Yeah, you could say that.
For some reason, the only one I didn't see in the theater was Moonraker. Somehow I missed that because I thought it was too crowded. I never went right away back then. But all the way back to Diamonds Are Forever, I've seen everyone in the theater except Moonraker.
Wow.
And for some reason, I saw the Nude Bomb in the theater. That
Was it the Get Smart movie?
Get Smart
I think
movie.
I saw that too.
The only one in it was Get Smart.
Don Adams?
Yeah, nobody else from the series was in. They were either dead or embarrassed to be in that.
Well, yeah, some of them were dead, but actually, I think the only one that's dead is Chief Edward Pratt, I think his name was. Don Adams is dead now, but back then he wasn't, obviously, because he was in the film. But Barbara Feldman was still alive.
Yeah, she looks dead from the last Chiller show we saw.
Bernie Capel.
Yeah,
And there's a couple other guys. Dick Gautier,
he's
right?
dead, right?
No. Oh, he's like 81, 82.
No.
Yeah, he's still around. Dick Gautier. I love that TV series when things were rotten, but I digress.
Well, you'll be happy to know, Dave.
All 4 episodes will be on DVD.
It's finally getting a release.
Is it?
I remember liking that and missing many episodes because I was in confirmation classes at the time. And I would much rather have seen When Things Were Rotten. I think it was
Misty
on
Rowe.
it was on at 7:30 or something, one of those odd early times when I had to go over to St. Clair's.
To be touched by the...
If anybody can explain what confirmation is and what it's needed for, please let me know because I forget.
Give my mother a call.
Oh, she knows.
I'm sure she does.
Well, I remember I went to a little Chinese store before it was right next door in Central Ave to get the candy that you could eat the wrapper.
Oh, that was good.
That was the highlight of my
Your
confirmation class.
experiences, yes.
What I learned, or what I got out of it, I have no idea.
Right.
All I know is I missed When Things Were Rotten, and I'll be seeing the episodes I missed finally after 30 years in a few weeks. Oh, my. So why don't we take a look at some DVD releases
All right, let's
and
do
see
that.
if When Things Were Rotten is out yet, Dave.
Oblivion. Tom Cruise, Morgan Freeman. A mind-blowing epic.
This didn't do well for
No,
Tom Cruise.
it did not. I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
So, probably May, I think.
Disney's Robin Hood. So here you go, Ed. Here's your cute animals.
Yeah, I believe we saw this in the theater at the time, and I'm thinking it was the Mohawk Mall Theater.
Ooh, now you are going way back.
In the 73-ish, I think this one came out. There's another one coming out, I think it might be next even here. The 40th anniversary, so when would that be? 73, right?
Yep. This is My Little Pony.
Now, I put this as a new full-length movie. Have you ever heard of a brony, Dave?
No.